Good morning, everybody. This is None Defense on the Team Grublet YouTube, and I'm just getting straight over to it. We are starting it up. Let's do it. Okay, a bunch of people joined. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. Here we go. Stronghold is number 17. Choke point is 18. I mean, I know we're going to beat it. I know, but whatever. I said Stronghold yesterday in the chat, so let's stick with what we said. There you go. Men of our word. Hell, I don't even remember what I covered in yesterday's video, but I do know that somewhere in there I mentioned the fact that Bronsoon joined us and is here. He's got a big. Well, while we were having that conversation, and I was editing the video, another freaking guy from the past, Bart, came over. And Bart is also a badass. Bart is also great at the, like, crazy great. So let me go ahead and tell you. And, you know, it's a tricky statement, but I stand by it. Back in the day, and I love Sal. Let me make sure. Sal knows that I love him, but he'll agree with this statement. But back in the day, there were our Mount Rushmore. The 4 best players on our team was not me. Our Mount Rushmore was, and not in any particular order, Don. Everybody see Don? Bronsoon. Bart. Spindrift. Those were our best players. Just hands down, 100%, they were our Mount Rushmore. I considered myself sticking with the Mount Rushmore theme analogy, I consider myself something of a tour guide. You know, it was my job to bring you guys to see the beautiful works that is Spin, Bort, Don, and Braun. And that was my job. And as a tour guide, you know, I'm required to be skilled, and I am skilled, but it was their job to be amazing and beautiful and like pristine angels in the game. It was my job to show you them. That's kind of how I viewed it. And I described Sal. He was like a dedicated, you know, park tourist visitor who would come to the park to see the mountains very regularly. So, you know, so we're all various levels of skill. And I mean, again, I'm good, but those guys were the beast. Well, we did it, folks. We got the band back together. The Mount Rushmore is back with us. I hope we get to see it. So, alrighty. Now it's time we start looking at some stuff. We're going to look at the hardest bases, or the biggest number of force points first. Fang. Alrighty. Just having a look. Not going to try to entertain y'all with a bunch of commentary, just letting y'all see in real time what it is that I'm seeing. Okay. So, that's a pretty tough shield. That is a pretty tough shield. I mean, ultimately, we could do it in maybe a couple attacks. It just depends. Bort was, of everybody, Bort was the one who stayed in the game, so I feel like he's probably the most qualified to, you know, kind of decide what, you know, what attacks are going to be expended. But we're just going to have a look. Just look it over. Okay, alright, that was Fang. So I'm going to put in the notes. Bort. Okay, so I'm just going to say, Bort, if you need setup, some setup, tell us how you want it. Okay, so there you go. This is just, you know, I got to kind of refamiliarize myself with exactly what Bort wants to achieve, and what Bort wants to achieve. The rest of us will be looking with a close eye and taking very careful notes, so to speak, and then we'll know in the future, is like, how does Bort do this type of setup in modern times? Crab is really good. Let's see, so I'm thinking, let's put, and Crab has, he's got 2 not strong, super strong accounts. Okay, I'm going to put Crab. Alright, it's Crab. If you need set up, let us know. Let us know. Okay, cool. There we go. So that was Crab. Now, Don has 2 accounts. So let's see. So that was the next one. What's the next one? 159. Okay. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Yep, let's put Don here. Essentially the same thing. Okay, I'm just going to keep saying that. If you need setup, let us know. Let us know. Boom. Cool. Alrighty. So that was, so we got Bort, we got Crab, we got Don. Okay, let's see. You know what, change of plan. We're going to put Crab on Commodore. Copy. Let's put Brawn here. Okay, now let's put Crab here. Okay, so we got Bort, we got Crab, we got Brawn, we got Don, and now Spin. Alright, Spin only has one account here. So, Spin, can you solo this? I bet he can. I bet he can. Alrighty. Alright, here we go. So this is the one where we need to get, this is where we're trying to get our teammates in on what we're doing. So I'm going to declare, so I'm going to write some more detailed notes for this one. Alright. Commander. I'm going to put Commander here. This is Commander's opportunity. And I'm going to just go ahead and send him to the right side. That is the right side, not left, right. Hookah. Go. Right side. Right side. Assault. Let's have a quick look. Okay, I'm going to tell him artillery. 2 rockets behind core. Shock the Doom Cannon. Shock the Doom Cannon closest to the water. To the beach. Okay. Boom. So this is very easy. I'm going to put Team Grublet on standby. Team Grublet on standby until needed or requested. Okay. And then who else we got? Freaking Arctic, man. Arctic, if you're going to save your spot on this team, it starts today, pal. Let me make that quite clear. It starts today. You're trying, you're improving, your intel is going up, so that's showing activity, and we definitely appreciate that. Oh, but we still got all these Sals. I mean, yeah, I'm feeling like, all right. So Sal, if you get a moment, Sal was visiting with his family today. His lovely daughter is in town, so we're excited for him. So if you get a moment during your family visit, jump in anywhere you see a useful attack. Okay? So, I had a commenter. I'm going to comment there. Do I pin that? Alright, so I'm going to pin that one. Team Grublet on standby until needed or requested. I'll try to keep an eye on that. I do have to go out to my brother's house, and I'll be doing that. I mean, looking things over, I'm just being honest, just real-time thoughts. I mean, we got this. Like, there's no way. Like, if I don't even need to attack right now. I may not even, if this all goes the way that I envision it, I don't even have to attack. I want to attack. I love to attack. I hate depriving opportunities of myself to attack. But for the benefit of the video, and I'm just trying to show y'all how we as a group, because keep in mind, most of us have worked together before. Crab is the only guy who hasn't worked with us in the past, but he's really freaking good, and he's watching. He seems like he's kind of hanging out and paying attention to how we're doing, so he's gonna be fine. Yeah, and we're all very good at communicating. So I just wanted you guys at home just to see. This is just kind of a very loose intro as to how we pull things off, and how we've always done it. We look at the operation, put some names on it, keep a few other people on the sidelines just in case something goes weird, something goes wrong. Sal has a few attacks. Hav is out there. If he shows up in the chat and wants to know how to help, I assure you we will put him to work the moment he pops up in the chat. Same with Arctic, same with Little O, all these, random people that we're trying to work with. But the main thing is, as long as, and this is kind of generally true, as long as you can count on your monsters to be monsters, and that's the thing that I'm spoiled, because my monsters have always been monsters, and they will always continue to be monsters. So yeah, I'm spoiled, 100%. This thing's going to go down much easier. I win it when it is time to attack. If I need to attack, I will be full boosted. I know several of them will be full boosted just because they want to. Nobody's telling them to, because they've got the juice, and they're going to do what they're going to do because that's what they do, and they're going to do it well. So yeah, man, it's pretty exciting. So it's just Stronghold, but this is the beginning. Now that the real band, and there were other members of the big team back there. If you go way back on the YouTube channel and you find some of those old videos, there are other names, but I'm not gonna speak them into existence. If they show up, I'll tell you all about them. I'm not gonna go back and tell you about people who may never show up.
But it's going to be wild. Now, one of my viewers yesterday asked how to do, if I could start showing some detailed setup attacks. And I want to, bro. I want to. This doesn't look like the operation, but as soon as it is, that we're really going to need some good focused setup attacks. I've got Sal on the job. He's got several attacks. Today's not his day because, again, he's visiting with family. I spoke with him as soon as the commenter suggested it, requested it. I was like, yeah, let me get on the phone with Sal right now. And I did, right now. Well, yesterday. And he was like, yeah, it sounds great. I'd love to show you how to do some setups. It'd be a fun video. Of course it would. High five. But I'm busy. My daughter, she's coming into town. I really want to spend time with her. I don't blame him. She's a lovely person. So, of course, we're going to let him do that. But, yeah, I don't want to overcomplicate this. This is going to kind of fall as it's supposed to fall. This one, I'm looking at it now, I'm kind of regretting it. I feel like we've got a lot more beef than this, but it's fine. This is a nice little shot, a nice little time to just kind of stretch our muscles, shake the rust off, make sure everybody knows what we're doing. But I will be checking in on the operation all day, even out at my brother's. He does have decent enough, he has great internet, right near the house in the backyard, so I'll just break off from the task and head to the backyard every hour or so and just look in on things. We got this. All right, so Sal's on standby. All right, so all right, hold on, so Grublet is first on standby list. Standby. Team Sal is our closer, if needed. Cool. Boom. Boom. All right, so Grublet is first on standby list. Team Sal is our closer if needed. Cool. So there we go. So we now know if this thing goes to shit, Sal is going to be, he'll check in late tonight, and if this thing has gone to shit, he'll fix it. If anybody requests anything specific, I'll either accomplish it, but if our other teammates, our random teammates, pop in the chat and just ask and say, hey, how can I help? Somebody will put them on something. Just something. Anything to help along. But we've got the juice. We've got the beef. We're pretty excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. So cool. All right, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. So this video will not be super exciting because I just wanted to show on today's video that we're starting Stronghold. I wanted y'all to kind of see just a little bit of our planning. If you're on a team that doesn't do organization, that doesn't communicate very well, then, we'll obviously join our team because we want you and we'll appreciate you and we'll put you to good work. Anybody that shows up wanting to participate, trust me, we will get them in. Like, you'd be amazed how many of these monsters will stand aside just to let other people participate in practice. It's a beautiful thing, and that's why our team has always worked, because we know how to work new people into our system. So there you go. You've seen it. We started operation. I threw down some notes. And the most amazing thing, I'll tell you what, the most amazing thing that's going to happen is not the fact that we're going to beat this op. It's the fact that people are going to look at the notes and they're going to read them and they're going to follow them. And I'm not giving very specific instructions. I don't need to. They don't need me to. Only on Commander, wherever he is, there he is. Only on Commander, I gave some very basic, general stuff. And that's what we're trying to do. Now, I've got 3 accounts right now. If I was determined to attack right now, I could do it right now. Boom, 3 attacks. I could take out with my 3 attacks, any one of these bases, gone. Any one of these bases. But our heroes are here. Bron's here, Bort's here, Spin's here, Don's here. We've got Sal in reserve. This thing's gonna drop. We started op Stronghold, I don't know, like a week ago on this channel, and we crushed it. It was great. Well, this one's gonna fall even faster, or even more thoroughly, I'm thinking. That's my prediction. So cool. So I'm gonna just wrap this video up, not a lot to show, and get it up there. The title of this video is Stronghold Planning Phase. Okay, so that way anyone who's interested in how we come together on this, and to the viewer who requested that I show some more setup attacks and how they work, again, today's not the day, but I have some great ideas on, especially the harder ops, how we're gonna really focus on giving you some good reliable tips. I even brought in a little screen drawer just for that specific project when it's time to start showing how to do setups. So what I can do is, let's say, for example, if a low-level player was determined to help on this base, I'm just thinking, where would I send them? What's the most useful thing? The first thing you have to identify is where the winning player intends to stand. And that's your team leader's job, and your team's job of figuring that out. Hopefully they kind of know ahead of time. Me personally, there's 2 great ways to go at it. All right, but for example, let's say, who did I assign to this thing? Don. All right, so Don has 2 accounts here. Let's say we had decided, because both of these sides have benefits, you can win this thing from either side. But let's pretend for a moment we wanted to go to this side. Well, one thing that would be really helpful if a low-level teammate, Arctic, Little O, or any other low levels out there, if a guy just showed up and simply focused on getting rid of every one of these mines and nothing else, if that's all they did upon request, I call that a successful attack. Yeah, because that's one less barrage that, our monsters are going to get hung up on. That's the thing. We can't have our monsters get hung up on stuff. See, depending on, how much juice they have, ultimately mines, like, that's the thing. A weak artillery and a weak barrage, it's not going to do much to a defense. But the great equalizer with low-level barrage and low-level artillery is it still clears mines. See what I'm saying? Like, there's no gap there. Any artillery, any barrage, any mine will always work. And that's why we try to utilize the low levels for just do some mine sweeps for us. Like, if you can just get rid of some mines, that's useful. That is useful. So, again, back to an example. I could tell a player, let's get rid of this, I could tell a low-level player, try to bomb here. Get rid of all these mines. I would have him flare over here, okay? And then I would want him to go smoke. So that's 2 smokes. So flare, drop your troops, smoke. Now you're standing in that corner. So you barrage this, drop troops, barrage, get rid of all these mines, flare the corner, drop your troops, 2 smokes, and you're now in position. And this is with hookah. And then after, just let the smoke clear and just let them die. They'll take out some machine gun, no machine gun, whatever it is. Either way, you've done your thing. Like, to me, when I see this for a low-level account, I think, yeah, that's a pretty successful attack. Now, let's say you have a little more juice to do that. You can always, if you've got your hack tool available, you can always come up here and hack this rocket. It's just one rocket, but it's only going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 smoke to get in position to hack that rocket. And then the hack itself, we'll teach you how to do the hack. So there's tons of things a lower level player could do, just depending on what options they have. But the first thing a low level player needs to do is make himself known that he's here, he's eager, he's ready to go. Some team leaders on some teams will be like, oh, well, just get in there and do something. And don't get me wrong, I've done the get in there and do something, but only during the I'm trying to understand you phase. I prefer, when somebody is specifically looking for guidance, to please give them guidance, even if the guidance is only go to the left, bomb a thing. Go to the right, bomb a thing. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right, I feel like we've kind of just talked about a bunch of stuff, but it's not going to really show itself yet. But tomorrow, we're definitely doing Stronghold again. Let's get good at Stronghold. And when we're good at Stronghold, we'll start thinking about the other things. But that setup attack video that was requested by the viewer, like, yes, I definitely want that. I definitely like that. Love the idea. Talk to Sal about it. We're going to make something happen. Ooh, Hav's here. Welcome, Hav. Okay. So, let's put him to work on Fang, since he's here. All right. Have. Scout. Fang. Do you see all the shock mines close to the beach in front of the 4 shield generators? Okay. Remove as many shock mines as possible. Your troops will die quickly, so use your bombs before you drop troops. Good luck. All right, cool. So there you go. That's my instruction for Hav. Thank you, Hav. Just the fact that you've done this, just the fact that you have showed up in the chat at the early start of the early op and told us you wanted to help, boom, you just guaranteed yourself like another week on the team. Like, that's all. See, that's the thing. If everybody just shows up and says, I don't know what to do, please point me in a direction, as long as you have a qualified team leader, a qualified officer group who can point you in a direction, then you're on a good team. And that are willing to point you in a direction. Because, there's other people who's like, oh, I don't have time for noobs. Well, that's dumb. We should always have time for noobs. Noobs are what keeps the game going, because olds drop out of the game. Don't believe me? I did it. Braun did it. Spin did it. Don did it. Sal and Bart are the only ones of the old core group that kept playing. So, yeah, we need noobs. Absolutely, we need noobs. So don't hate on noobs. Don't hate on noobs. All right, cool. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. But I'm going to put a stop here. But just in case Have attacks live, I'll keep it going for just a bit more. I want y'all to see, only if it's good editing, but I want y'all to see how the communication process goes down. Have may look at this and say, yeah, I'm completely out of my depth. But what I was thinking is if he just went barrage here. So, 1 barrage here, 1 barrage here, pretty much takes out all of the problematic boom mines. And if he could then do anything extra as far as getting these, and I know what these circles look like, it's not intentional. It's hilarious, but not intentional. So if he could somehow manage to clear just this area, then right now he has no idea how much that would benefit the team. But I'm telling you, it'll benefit the team so much. So much. So I know he can get the 2 of the barrages close to the beach, so we definitely want to start there. If he could get 3, oh, that'd be wonderful. However he wants to pull it off, but that's kind of what we're hoping for. All right, but now's the part where I have to decide, should we wait for him, and if so, for how long? And these are the things we have to decide. But I was on top of it. The second he said hello, I was there within a minute. So he should still be there. He should be thinking about all this. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, he'll either pop in or he won't. Everybody's attack will get highlighted in the next video. This is just the Stronghold planning phase. I'm not excited, not amazing, but I wanted y'all to be able to see it in real time. And this is just kind of how it goes. You know your team. You should know your team, know what their capabilities are, and you should be able to point them in a direction. And it's not that they need me, make this clear, they don't need me to point them in a direction, but at least this is a direction, it's a guideline. Everyone understands I'm not going to, do a bunch of complicated notes that confuses everybody. Just keep it simple. Know your guys. Spin. Can you solo this? Commander. Hookah. Right side assault. And some other stuff. Braun. If you need setup, let us know. He's got 2 accounts. Crab. If you need setup, let us know. He's got 2 accounts. Bart. If you need setup, tell us how you want it. And he will. But we know that, that's why I'm on standby. Like, I'll be ready to do anything Bart requests. And then Don, he has 2 accounts, and I'm quite confident he can pull this one off with his 2. So, yeah, I feel like we're in really good shape. And not to mention the fact that Sal, when he wraps up his evening, at some point he'll sit down in his, I like to imagine him sitting in like a big, comfortable, easy chair with big fluffy arms, and he smokes like a pipe, like one of those Sherlock Holmes pipes, and he has maybe a red velvet robe or silk or whatever those fancy robes are made out of, and he's just sitting there, it's like, oh yes, it's time for me to get today's booming in. Like, that's how I envision Sal. And he has like a long Fu Manchu mustache, and he's like, oh yes, it's time. I will come in here and I will do my booming. So, either way, we're going to get it done. This is going to be a win. 100%. Zero fear. It's going to be great. Cool.
I'm going to wrap this video up. Friends, thank you again for taking the time to hang out with us. Please stay tuned to this channel, because this op is going to get posted tomorrow for sure. I'm going to just quickly edit this video, nothing fancy, get it up so that way people can say that they saw it, and no one will be surprised when they see us win tomorrow. And depending on how easily we crush this thing, we may do another Stronghold tomorrow. We may go up to choke point tomorrow. We may go up even higher. Like, we're crazy. That's the thing. We're crazy. Whatever we know we can achieve, we will achieve it. Cool. All right, again, it's time for the actual close. Thank you again for watching. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day.